Welcome, everyone. A couple of days ago, I got a great question from a group of special ed teachers. These teachers are teaching in grades kindergarten through third grade, and they asked, how can I create an individualized assignment for a particular student and make sure only that student has access to it? And they want to do this within Canvas. In the past, for example, these teachers may have gotten an assessment from a teacher, and then they modified it for each individual student, placed it in a bin in the classroom. So, for example, a student had a red bin, or one student rather had a red bin, one had a blue, and one had a purple. The student wouldn't know to go and get that color of bin. How can I replicate a system similar to that on Canvas? So this is what I came up with. It'll be interesting to see what others think, but I'll show you what I designed here, and hopefully this might be useful. Starting at the top level, I designed a homepage for the course, and I designed these buttons in Google Draw. You could do a Canva button or a Bitmoji Classroom if you want to be a lot more fancy than what I did, but I did these in about 30 seconds on Google Draw, and I made a red button, a blue button, and a purple button. I would have one button for each student in the course. Drilling down one level, so going down one level from there in the modules index, and I'm going to cancel that. I will come back to this in just a moment. Drilling down one level to the modules index, I created a module, a blue, a red, and a purple module. And that was just simply by clicking the plus module button. I created those. And drilling down one more level, then I created an assignment. I created just a very simple assignment. I made the first one blue. And in this one, the students have to list all the words that rhyme with that. Again, the assignment is not a great assignment. It's just an example of how to demonstrate the technology. The key piece here, though, is when I created this assignment, I made sure that I only assign this to one person. In this case, it's one of the special ed teachers who asked me the question. And so she is the only one that will have access to that. And when I try to save that, I will get a notification that not everyone in the class will be able to access that assignment. That's okay. I click save. And then I went back to the assignments index in the course navigation. And I simply clicked the three dots on the first assignment, which was blue. And then I chose to duplicate that. And it will by default call it copy of blue. And I just changed the name to red. And then I went into that assignment and I replaced some of the rhyming words with pictures. And I want the students to write that uh, as a sentence as opposed to, or replace the pictures with words and write it as a sentence. Again, the idea is not to demonstrate the assignment, it's to demonstrate the process. And here, again, the key process was I went to edit, and this time I selected another one of the teachers who had asked me this question. And so she should be the only one that should be able to access that. And again, I will get the notification that not everyone in the course will be able to access the assignment. So I took one assignment in essence, that a teacher may have given me, and I modified it for the student who had the blue dot, the student who had the red dot, and the student who had the purple dot. So if I'm the blue student, I can see my assignment, but I can't see red and purple, and I don't know what their modifications are. So I've kept the work private, the same as it would have been in a bin in the classroom, but now we're looking at a digital version of that instead. So purple is the same process. I just copied, I assigned to yet a third teacher, and I just put these alphabetically. So it's B and then C and then P, just so happens to be the last names of the teachers who asked me this question. So then going back up, so I went from the top down, now I'm going to go from the bottom up again. So now going up one level to the module index, I, again, as I noted earlier, I created a module for blue, red, and purple. And this time I just added the assignment back in. So for the blue, I added the blue assignment, and for purple, I added the purple assignment, and so on and so forth. And then I went back to the pages index, and I had built a home page for the course. Again, I built those buttons in Google Draw in about 30 seconds. But the red and the blue are already linked. The purple is not. So I will show you the process for that. If you wanted to complete this operation, you would need to make sure that you linked every button. And of course, you would have to change this if you move modules or things like that, but you could set this up fairly well so that if you had the same group of students all year, you should be able to keep the same links. So on the purple graphic, I am going to select the link button right here, and then I'm going to select course links. And from there, I'm going to choose the module that corresponds to the correct color, which obviously is going to be purple. And so that is now linked. So a student should be able to click on any of these, but they should only see their assignment. So they're going to see the other student's title in terms of color, but they won't know what student that is, and they won't be able to see their assignments. So if I know that I'm red, I can click on any of these, but the only one I'm going to see is red. And if I know I'm blue, same thing, and the only ones I can see are blue. So rather than demonstrate this in student view, I am going to actually act as one of the teachers so that so you can see what a student would see. So I'm going to navigate to the People tab, And if you're not an administrator, you won't have this privilege. So this is something that I'm able to do as an administrator. I'm just going to act as the first teacher alphabetically. And then acting as that teacher, again, I can see that I can click on any of these dots. So even though I am going to be the blue student, I would in fact be able to click on any of them. However, all of them are going to take me to the same place, which is to the module page. And here I can only access blue because that is my color. So I know that there are other students in the class, but I can't see their assignments. I don't know what their modifications are. So I'm going to go to home again, and acting as the blue student, I'm going to click on blue. And now I can click on the blue assignment, and I have the ability as that student to complete that particular assignment and submit it without knowing what anyone else had as their modification. So that's what I came up with in terms of replacing a classroom bin with a group of colors on a homepage and navigating students to an assignment that you created in Canvas. Hopefully that's useful. I'd be interested in knowing how others have completed a similar process.